Ah, Lorville. Dirty, musty Lorville. Home of the plastic bagheads, corporate overlords, and the CO2 and methane that blankets the planet and chokes us out on a daily basis. Lorville is a lovely place, and in 3.6, it got to see an update to the transit systems as well as to some of the lighting. In this video, I'm going to give you a quick tour of the transit system so we can see the improvements brought to us by both of those updates. Because maybe you haven't gotten around to Lorville in this update, or maybe you just missed it as you were sprinting past to try and get past the Hurston security guards as they shot you down because you parked in the wrong place. Either way, I hope you get something out of this video as we dive into the improvements made to Lorville in Alpha 3.6. With me, your host, Space Tomato. The first notable difference in 3.6 is this new site map, which is pretty nice. Now as we head over to the entrance of the transit area in the Metro Center, you're going to notice some of the lighting differences in the signs. Specifically, the signs look like they are emitting light now, as opposed to just being hanging there on the wall in the space, which is how 3.5 looked, as you can see from the video. Not only are the signs brighter, but also the reflections are looking a lot better on the floor, because everywhere in Star Citizen is a little bit wet. Oh hey there, nice chest fanny pack. You can also see that Metro Center sign over there looks a little different in 3.6. And now we're going to head over to the perimeter line train, where the new sign shows that the trains have been split up a bit differently due to them needing less stations. Over in this area, you'll notice that, as I said, they removed the station to the right and moved one of the stops over into this station. Looking at the new sign here, you'll notice they went from 1 stop per train to 3 stops per train by switching to this new loop system, allowing for multiple trains on each track. There are 2 lines, east and west, and 2 loops on each line. Now we can go back outside real quick to confirm that they did indeed increase this station to 3 stops, which it looks like they did from 2 stops in 3.5. Getting into the station here, you can see that they updated the signs to show which line you're on, which stops you're going to see, and which direction you're going, as compared to 3.5 where you would only know that you were going on the perimeter line, and that's about it. Now, as I mentioned, there are 2 loops for each line, this station being the east perimeter line, so here is the other loop on the other side of the station, which goes in the other direction. And very quickly here you can see some of the updated lighting and signage in the middle of the station here. And obviously the major benefit of this new multi-train per loop system is that there's almost always a train waiting or about to arrive whenever you arrive at the station to go where you need to go. Now we're going to hop on this train and head over to one of the perimeter stops. Now we're getting to the first stop, which is City Gate 3, where you'll be able to see some of the updated signs and lighting in the center of the station here, as well as this handsome fella waiting so patiently. As we leave the station, you'll see another one of those updated signs that shows off the loops on the right side there. To take a quick look back in 3.5, you can see that it is indeed different. And as there's no real big differences down here in the perimeter stations, we're going to head back up to the transit system and head back to the Metro Center. Now, as I said before, these 2 loops are running in different directions, so you're never more than 2 stops away from the destination you want to get to. All I have to do is cross to the other side of the station, wait for this train, and I'll be headed right back to the Metro Center without having to go past the other perimeter stations. I don't head out to this part of Lorville too often, but when I do, this is greatly appreciated. Now, on the other side of L19, the Central District in Lorville, you have Leavesden Station, where the Central Line takes you to the Business District. Entering this station, you'll notice not only the updated lighting in the signs, but also that the signs are different, simplified, and only one direction, as there's only one train that takes you to the Central Business District now. Now, I got lucky in 3.5 with the train being there, but with 3.6, that's pretty normal. And you can get a second here to see the difference in the stations. At the other side of the Central Line is the Central Business District, where the only major difference is the lack of this sign on the right-hand side here. You can see it on both sides as we walk over to the other side of the station, where we have the Commerce Line, which takes you to the spaceport. Yeah, it looks like there is only one active track to the spaceport now. However, the trains still arrive more often, as you can see from the timer in 3.5. Sadly, I didn't go here at the same time of day, so you can't really tell the difference in lighting, but it looks nice both during day and nighttime, you gotta admit.
Now arriving from Tisa Spaceport. Stand by and let passengers disembark before boarding.
Now, taking the Commerce line, we head back to Tisa Spaceport, where we're at the Commerce Station over here. And you can see that in 3.5, the station had two sides, as there were two tracks running this line. However, in 3.6, the station is one-sided. As I mentioned, there's only one active track running the line now. You can see they removed this sign here for Tisa Spaceport because really nobody needs to know where they are anymore. And you can also see the updated sign at the entrance back there. This spot here makes a great case for the updated lighting, and over here is the new transit system map which got updated. As you can see, they changed the name from Lorville Zone 1 Transit System to oh, hello. Alright, good talk then. As I was saying, they changed the name to Hurston Rapid Transit, in which they added the two loops, both east and west, that go to the perimeter and changed the colors up a little bit. Now we could be real hopeful and think that they changed the name because the next stops will be outside of Lorville, but that would be pretty hopeful and pretty far away as well. Now, ducking back into the spaceport line from the Metro Center, you can see the changed signs, and what do you know, there's a train showing up in 3.6. Being one-sided, the center of the station is a little bit different, but that's about all the changes for Lorville so far. I'm glad you guys were able to stick with me for this one, and I hope you got something useful out of it. Can't wait to see what future improvements to Lorville I'll be able to cover for you guys. Till next time, this is Space Tomato.